Hey guys, so today we're going to be going over this video where this feminist dumped her boyfriend over a Sacha Baron Cohen film. And now she's having a meltdown that he's done with her. Done with her. So if you're with your girl and you can't even enjoy a good comedy, then I don't know.
You know, I never thought I'd see this, but the government now is tracking real estate investors. It's true. If you're buying...
So there's a funny short story backing up why I tell guys never get into a relationship or date an F3minist, ever. Because it's just not going to be a very pleasant experience, particularly nowadays. And there are many reasons for that, but one is they typically have zero sense of humor. And in this story here, this F3minist broke up with her boyfriend because they were watching the Sacha Baron Cohen movie, The Dictator, and he was laughing at it because it's comedy, it's satire.
Oh, so he can't even enjoy the movie. I mean, when you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be able to cuddle up with your girlfriend and maybe watch a funny film or something like that. And if you don't want to laugh, that's fine. Like, that's up to you. Like, you don't have to laugh. Maybe you don't find it funny. But the guy is allowed to laugh. People are allowed to laugh. People have tough jobs. People take on a lot of stress, and they can't get a good laugh every once in a while.
And she didn't think the jokes were very funny. And she thought it was offensive and blah, 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 blah. So she broke up with him. And now she's having remorse with this whole thing that she broke up with him. She misses him. But clearly it looks like he's not going back to her. That'd be a pretty funny one to go over that backs up my opinion on this particular subject.
Oh, yeah. So, of course, he's not going to go back to her because she pretty much just ruined the movie. And if it was 100% squeaky clean, I don't think that people would have found the movie to be that funny to begin with.
Title: I, a 23-year-old female, broke up with my boyfriend of 4 months because of his opinions on a movie. Not sure if it was right or not. She says, I met my boyfriend about 4 months ago. We met through a mutual friend, and we hit off at a party, hung out a couple times, and then eventually started dating officially. Everything was really great between us. Similar interests, had a great time together, etc. But he had to go screw the whole thing up. She says, I'm really big on women's rights. I participate in women's groups on campus in college, minored in women's studies, participated in fundraising, and I spent several...
Okay, well, she minored in women's studies, but what has that minor gotten her? What career opportunities did you get for minoring in something like that? Did you check the job market first? I don't think she did. Now, I think you would want to know what the career prospects would be for someone who minored in women's studies.
Summers abroad in countries where women's issues are much more prevalent than they are here in the United States. Okay, so she's one of those. And it's a whole new level when they actually minor or major in that subject in college. Look at all that money going into something that she literally could have got some books in the library or bought on Amazon and read, and you get the point. So a couple nights ago, my boyfriend and I sat down to watch a movie, and he chose for us to watch The Dictator, Sacha Baron Cohen movie.
That one was pretty good. I actually watched that one with my girlfriend at the time I was in a relationship. This was a while back. It was funny, and even she was laughing too.
Said, okay, had never heard of it. It's a comedy film that makes fun of several different minority groups, including women. He loved the movie and laughed hysterically at a lot of the scenes, including ones that were discriminative towards women. I'm sensitive towards this shit, and it made me feel very uncomfortable. He effing loved the movie, and this bothered me a lot. So I saw this movie like 10 years...
Oh yeah, well, if the movie's making you that uncomfortable, then don't watch it, but realize that your boyfriend has every right to watch the movie if he really wants to.
Years ago or something, and it is ridiculous, as Sacha Baron Cohen movies are, and they're satires, and they're funny. But I remember enough about the movie that I could see where somebody with zero sense of humor, an F3minist or some social justice warrior, would get bent out of shape about everything. It's a joke. It's funny. It's for fun. And if she is going to get uptight about this type of thing, Goodbye. Bad idea. I told him about the movie.
Oh yeah, that would be a great point if she's gonna get so mad over a movie and she's going to destroy the relationship over a movie. How is she going to react when bigger, more important issues take place?
I told him after the movie about how I felt towards it, and he said, okay, but he thinks it was just all good comedy and that he doesn't take it seriously. He said it's not meant to be taken seriously. I asked him why he thinks it was funny, and he said, look, I just thought it was funny. They're jokes. They're not literal, and of course, they're not my views. See? Feminists, social justice warriors, the woke crowd, the far left, whatever you want to call it, they have little to no sense of humor. They can't take a joke. Everything is so serious. But what did this bonehead expect when he was dating a gal like this?
Also, well, with cancel culture taking place, a lot of talent has been lost because, again, if it was squeaky clean humor for the entire movie, I don't think people would have found it as funny.
Unless she was bait and switching him. Early on in the courtship, she was cool and fun and all that, and now he's seeing her true colors over a stupid movie. Says here, I honestly think everything was in good faith and it's just a movie. That's what he said to her. I was upset, and it was late, so I just left. I got home and decided that I couldn't deal with his views on it, so she couldn't let it go. The next day I went over, still upset. We had a scheduled lunch, and the topic came up again, which meant that she brought it up to stir up more drama. Same views were thrown back and forth, and I'll admit I instigated because I wanted him to apologize.
Oh my god, really? Over a movie? I mean, it's okay to have difference in opinions, and that's kind of like the beauty of relationships, right? Like, people have difference in opinions. Some people might like one movie, other people don't like the same movie. If he was the exact same way that you are, I don't even think you could deal with him or want to be around him.
See? How dare you have a sense of humor? How dare you laugh? This is why so many shows and movies are, walking on eggshells because of people like her. But at the end of the day, that's a small percentage of the population. He started to get tired of it and said, if you want me to say I'm sorry and I think that the movie should be banned, I can just say it to make you happy. But the truth is, I honestly think it's just a movie. That's all it is. And don't think the humor in it is the root of all evil in the world of women's rights. I couldn't take it anymore. I said, if those are your views, I can't be with you. And I broke up with him.
Wow. And she literally broke up with her boyfriend over a movie. Wow. It's amazing.
This guy should be doing cartwheels. She did him a favor. Again, it's a freaking movie. It's satire. But there are people in this world that have no sense of humor. And she is obviously a hardcore feminist that just immerses herself with all this stuff. The only guy that's going to work out with her is a guy probably with a man bun who wears his Birkenstocks, and he wears skinny jeans that are so tight that you can see the crack of his ass, has a man purse, or a satchel if you guys want to call it that, but it's a man purse.
Oh yeah, but then she wouldn't want that guy, so.
Let's be honest here. And what will happen is he'll share her views, and she'll probably be bored of him because he acts like a girl. Over the next few days, I confided in my friends, and they all said, do what you want, but I think you overreacted. Well, that tells you something if her friends, who are no doubt like her in varying degrees, all told her she overreacted.
All right, well, that's a plus. I mean, if these are all feminist friends and they said, hey, you overreacted, I mean, that's a good thing in this case, but I wouldn't have been surprised if they said, yeah, you go, queen, and like you did the right thing by breaking up with him over a movie and etc.
She says, I miss him dearly, and I didn't want him to leave. I didn't want to leave him. I wanted to post on here to get opinions. A part of me wants to run back and beg him to take me back. The other part of me thinks I did the right thing. I don't know. I'm posting on here to get community's opinions. So,
well, dude, if she comes running to you begging you to take her back, don't take her back.
She posts on here, and let me tell you, she gets it. She even has women that claim to be feminists themselves saying, you're ridiculous. And she is ridiculous. So here's what I'm going to say. Honey, and I'm calling you honey because I know it's going to piss you off, honey, you blew it, and not in a way that guys like. Get a freaking sense of humor, all right? You've been so up to your eyeballs in this material that everything is now offensive to you. Get a freaking sense of humor, okay? When there are major issues at hand, those are things you can take seriously, not a Sacha Baron Cohen movie. And by the way, Sacha Baron Cohen is apparently a very, very intelligent guy. And he knows his audience. He knows who he's his business. It's a joke, nothing more. And your boyfriend, the fact that he dated you and you were so involved with the thing with the women, and you're clearly an F3minist, that in itself shows you that he's a decent guy. But you can't take a joke over a movie and you think he's some kind of rotten person. And
So the boyfriend here was extremely patient with her. Yeah. So, dude, she actually did you a favor by breaking up with you. So then now you can find a girl who has a sense of humor and who's not going to get so mad over a Sacha Baron Cohen film. I mean, people know, like, oh, like, you don't take him seriously. Like, he's just there to create laughs, and that's it.
he deliberately picked a fight again to try to get him to apologize, and good for him for pretty much being like,
Stop trying to sell your courses or coaching programs at the end of a webinar. There's a new way, a better way. It's called the
the hell with this, He at one point said, I'll apologize to shut you up, which he shouldn't have done, and I obviously did not do. I wouldn't take you back at all. So if you actually want to have a guy in your life, if you like guys, you need to lighten the hell up. And this material you've immersed yourself in, I'm willing to bet you that you probably have friends and family that knew you years ago that are probably like, what happened to you?
Oh, yeah, like, that wouldn't be too surprising either because, a lot of people go to these institutions, these colleges, and they don't necessarily come out smarter, but they come out as, like, more obnoxious, like, the women, like, some of them, they come out with, like, short hair, like, it's colored, like, and etc., and then their families are like, what happened to you? Like, and they're questioning their life decisions, questioning whether they made a mistake, but yeah.
Seriously, I know gals, I've known gals when I was in martial arts and Krav Maga that were like her. No sense of humor. They're F-inists because training in martial arts, particularly Krav Maga, tends to attract a certain type of female. They're more on the masculine side. And I was friendly with a lot of people in this.
Well, all right, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about this lady getting offended over the Sacha Baron Cohen film and literally breaking up with her boyfriend over it. If you like this video, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe with bell notifications, and share.